All right, welcome back to the show. Okay, now if you set off the year, thinking about, probably delving into AI, which is the new cool right now, or maybe robotics. Yes, maybe you want to take it to another level. Yeah, I have someone right here with me who's going to be talking to us through that. We'll be having a conversation about him, someone who is an AI and robotics engineer. And of course, he'll be talking to us about AI and robotics as well. Ladies and germs, joining me on my Oche for today is no other than Ikechukwu Obi Okoye. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for that wonderful
Yeah,
introduction.
feels good to actually have you here.
Yes, glad to be here. Happy to be
Okay.
here. Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about you, AI robotics. Has it always been AI and robotics from day one, or at what point in your life did you just be like, bah, Omo, it has to be AI and robotics?
Yes. It's been along those lines, not specifically robotics.
Okay.
I've always been, let me say, technical oriented. And I had events in my childhood that inspired me to go by that route. Right here in Enugu, I was born and raised here. Growing up, we used to go to this place called Magic Garden. It's right around the corner, actually. And they used to have a bunch of, over there by fire service, they used to have a bunch of events. And they would have some tech events, just some crafts, build things, etc., etc. So you have things like that. And then you have some movies that, we watched as kids growing up. Some people might know, like Meet the Robinsons, for example. You'd have those kind of technical movies that, inspired me or aligned me, like, okay, I think this is cool. Somewhere along the lines, I want to be technical. I want to be an engineer of some sorts.
Yeah.
But it wasn't really hammered down to like a robotics engineer yet. But along those lines, like mathematics, those courses, I found alignment with those.
Wow.
Yes.
You just mentioned one of the courses I don't like. Sorry. Mathematics, no. Anything calculation, just count me out. But it's all good. All right. So at what point did it actually, dawn on you that you have to like take this thing further, and not just those other things you were doing? You needed to, take it to the next level. You needed to delve into robotics.
Yes. I think the point where I had to make a decision was going into university. So, you have to pick a course, what you want to study. And, that is sort of like, for where most of us, that is a major turning point of like, our lives, because it'll affect the kinds of jobs we get after or the skill sets we have. And I chose to study physics and then mechanical engineering, mainly because back then, this was like 2017, 2018. They weren't really a robotics. There wasn't really like a robotics course. So I chose what I thought was most aligned. But on the side, I would build things, test things, play around with things, code up things, and sort of like delve. I started getting more and more into robotics then. That was in university. And I also got involved in several programs, like community programs. There were a few non-profits, for example, like Chess and Community, which you play chess and you build robots, help your community, stuff like that. And getting involved in those sort of, it showed me how much I liked doing robotics. And it also like, I got a lot more curious and I acted on that curiosity and, and this and that happened. And this is where we are today.
Wow.
Yes.
So how's it been so far? How is life as an AI and robotics engineer? Because that's a whole lot. You just have to deal with. You are thinking all the time. Calculating all the time. How do you balance that? And also, I mean, your personal life, outside being what you do.
Yes. I think, kind of like you said, you're always thinking, even if we put the devices away, there's still like, something going on. I think it's important to have hobbies. Well, one of my hobbies is to code, but other hobbies
is to code.
Outside to program.
I don't wish that hobby on myself.
Other hobbies, like I like to play sports. I think having other hobbies outside of your field of work. And if you have family or friends, spending some time with them.
Yeah.
That's if you're asking about balance, that is mainly where balance comes from for me personally, and having fun. But yeah,
you just have to balance it.
exactly.
You just
And
find a way.
it's a lot more difficult when you love your work, when you love what you do.
Yeah,
it's a lot more difficult that way, but it's necessary.
All right. I love the fact you mentioned loving what you do because it's 2026 and it seems like AI and robots more or less are now taking over the world. But you see, so many young persons have been, should I say, too scared or just shying away from the idea of AI. It's crazy to know that, I mean, we won't blame our parents who wouldn't even want to think about that. But then you have people from this generation actually shying away from AI. And some see it like when you're talking about AI, using AI to actually do something faster, maybe gather information faster and all, and they call it lazy work. Yeah, because it's crazy, but that's just how they say like it's lazy work. More or less like it makes you dull, it doesn't make you think and all of those things and all of those things. So from your experience so far, what would you say has been if you were to rate the introduction of AI, into our lives, how would you rate it? Would you say it has done more harm than good, or it has done more good than harm?
That's a good question, and to touch on a couple of the things you said. I think whenever there's a huge change or there's a huge revolution, there's always going to be skepticism, and there's going to be the skeptics, and there's going to be the ones that embrace it. And for AI in particular, I think we will be moving towards a net good. There's definitely been, let me say, drawbacks. Majorly, we've heard of huge layoffs from companies because of AI, but we've also heard of companies hiring back humans because they've realized that AI on its own is not the solution, right? So I think we're going to go through these fluctuation points, and I think we're walking towards a point where it's humans that can use AI well to achieve a specific task that remain. And I think AI has been, to answer your question, I think so far, in my opinion, there's a lot of room for good. It mainly depends on the people that are using it. I think there's a lot of room for good with AI. It's doing a lot of useful things. Clearly, there's as just like any technology, it empowers both the good-minded and not so good-minded individuals. But I do think it has a slightly net good, in my opinion. And for those that may not embrace the technology as easily, I would say learn a little bit about it. Even if you're a skeptic, it would be good to know what you're skeptical about. So learn a little bit about it, and it may change your opinion, but if you will have grounds to be skeptic. But I believe if anyone learns about AI, because it's easier to be skeptical or fear things that we don't know. But I think if people learn more about it and know what applications it would be useful for, which there's a lot, then it could help, build that culture of embracing the technology.
All right, nicely said. Okay, now let's talk about environments. You started off here in Enugu, and then you moved over to Boston.
Yes.
That's in the UK.
In the US, yes.
In the US, in the US, and then. Did you start off the whole robotics thing in the US?
Good question. So I even here, because I did secondary school here.
Okay.
I went to boarding school junior year, and then in Abuja, then came back for senior secondary school here in Enugu. And I, luckily the school I went, we had some further courses, some further technical courses. I was, and there's some of these competitions like Olympiad and whatnot that we got involved in. So I was maybe not robotics specifically, but those are still the skills you need or needed to get to.
All right, because what I had to ask is this. I'm talking about environment and I'm talking about market.
I see.
Because I would say from my perspective, okay, let me just put it to you. Would you say there is a market for robots? AI is, should I say we are embracing AI? It's, it's out there. But then robotics, would you say from your experience, being over there and being here as well, would you say there is a market for robots here?
Interesting, because I do agree that AI specifically will be embraced and adopted more than robotics now.
Yeah.
Robotics is one of the applications that it's one of the subjects or, fields that you can apply AI to. So AI does help robotics. But you do have a point that the environment matters for robots. And, when you build robots and you train these robots to come to do specific tasks, I don't think the industry is yet at a point to where, we can deploy robots to unknown environments and then expect them to perform just as well as the environment they were built for or trained for. So I think that the environment.
How can we have like Nigerian robots? I'm speaking about no the robots.
It's okay. Igbo is okay. We can definitely have, but the application is what matters. The application is what matters, and it has to be for it to thrive. It has to be a useful application that is one that helps. I don't know if there's robots that can help build roads, for example, or if there's robots that can help with several tasks, they may thrive.
All right. I already know the answer to what I want to ask you right now, but let me still put it out there. Let me still put it to you. So let's talk about someone who's wanting to actually, walk into that line, talk about AI and robotics. Let's talk about the pay. Yes, because the money is everything at the end of the day. How profitable is it to do what you do?
Yes. Good question. So I would like to say that AI specifically is not a magic tool. It's not going to magically make you money. You still need to build your own skill set and delve into the field. And just like any other field out there, if you put yourself out there, find opportunities and try your best and excel, you will become stable. I believe so. AI and robotics in particular, there's a lot of hype around it now. And so I think just as when websites came about, or just as like, the age of the internet, or, for example, like Shopify, it made it easier for people to have websites. And so it sort of opened up a new way for businesses, maybe local businesses, maybe large businesses, to easily, generate revenue through these websites. I think AI is the same thing. It's also a tool, just like Shopify, just like a calculator. It's a tool that if you use it properly, and if you get the same skill, if you get like, certain skill sets, you can get that job, or you can, it can be a new way to generate revenue for you or for your company, for example.
But it is profitable. There is money in it.
There's
they're shying away from that. Don't want to answer it straight.
yes, but there's for sure opportunities. Yes, I don't want to guarantee any, but yes, there's opportunities for sure.
You should think of politics, because I see the way that. But it's all good. All right, now I love the fact you mentioned sites. You have a website,
of course. Yes.
So what is it all about? Because I checked it out and I was confused.
Of course.
I don't lie.
Which one? The Omni Panda.
Yes, Omni Panda.
Yeah. So right now, we have a company called Omni Panda.
Okay.
And what it does is it is an AI automated investing platform.
Okay.
And essentially, it manages your money for you. You connect your broker, be whatever brokerage you're using.
Yeah, so it says smarter tools for smarter investors.
Exactly. So what you see here is the launch website. We had a pivot a few months ago.
Okay.
We initially used to cater more to like funds and stuff like that, but we decided to build something that everyone can use. So we're back in launch all over again. It used to be called Panda Mentional. Now it's called Omni Panda. We're back in launch, and yes, it'll be launched shortly within the coming weeks. But we do have people already using the platform. We can give early access, as you can see.
Yeah.
We do rollouts like slowly, and yeah, it's doing well for people. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Big ups to you.
And I would love to get your feedback on the website as well after this. Yeah, if it was
all right. No wala. Well, you should pay me for that. But it's all good. Thank you so much for joining me on this show. So finally, very quickly before we let you go, any message to the younger ones, to anyone who's watching right now, and to some persons who are still yet to embrace AI, and for those who are still picking interest and wanting to actually do what you do, what would you have to say to them?
I would say, for anybody that has picked interest, I would say, stay curious, but more importantly, act on that curiosity.
Yeah.
I think, if you're skeptical, if you have, interest and you want to learn more, there's a lot of information online. There's YouTube, there's Google, there's, the AI itself, ChatGPT. And I'll say stay curious and act on that curiosity, because by acting on it, you learn, you gain skills, you're able to identify problems and opportunities as well.
All right. Thank you so much, Ikechukwu Obi Okoye. Thank you so much for joining us. And well done to you.
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right. So there you had it. Yes. Embrace AI and robotics. That's the message. All right. So you guys, thank you so much for vibing me on the show tomorrow, same time, 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. It's been lunch break and I had fun, and I hope you did as well. I'll see you when I see you. But until then, take care of yourself, stay fly, and be good. And from me to you, it's Udo Noganiru. Bye-bye.